Hello, welcome to my channel. Today's card is the Two of Discs, and I've got a lovely kind of upbeat song for you today, Kate Bush song, and an amazing video to go with it. So let's just quickly talk about the Two of Discs. I chose this card now because the Golden Dawn, which is associated with Rider-Waite and with the Thoth, they assigned a tarot card, a minor tarot card, minor arcana tarot card to different times of the year. And for Christmas week, this is Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, and this is Two of Discs. So it felt like a really appropriate, really seasonal choice. I suppose I could have, if I'd worked really hard, try to do that all through the year, but I haven't. But it's nice when it coincides. And I feel like this is really appropriate for this time of year because the twos are about balancing energies. They're often a little bit of disruption. You're often having to, so whether it's Two of Swords and a new idea that's coming in, or, Two of Cups and a new person, there can be some excitement there. It depends how you feel about change, I suppose, but there is also a little bit disruption to the status quo and a readjustment. And whenever we're dealing with dualities or two things, two kind of forces, we have got a tension there. And how do we navigate that tension? Because often we're not able to choose one thing or another. We have to, I suppose, compromise or be happy with that, not kind of sort of avoiding black and white thinking and being happy with that maybe ambivalence or that uncertainty. And I was thinking also with Christmas, how I think for lots of us, especially when we get to adulthood, how we have mixed feelings about Christmas. For me, certainly when my children were little and stuff, my husband was often working on Christmas Day, so that was hard. And then when my parents died, I mean, for the 3 or 4 Christmases or more after that, I mean, it was always a reminder that they weren't around. And I blame Charles Dickens and Christmas Carol for, that whole idea that Christmas should be very extroverted, which I'm not, and it should be very extravagant and people should spend money they don't have. And there's all these external pressures. So I think a lot of Christmas is about trying to navigate that. And actually, I found this, I think this is a really interesting, this is from the Sweet Twilight Tarot, and I think this is a really interesting representation of this card, because you've got this sense, well, I don't know, I've lost the little book, so I don't know exactly what the artist intended, but how I read it is, she's looking in the mirror, and I think what she's looking in the mirror at is like an idealised version of how she wants things. So she's standing in the water and it's actually quite disruptive, and the waves are it's quite rough, that water, and that tree is bare, but in the mirror it's like flat land. There's a beach there's trees. Maybe that's what she's imagining she would like to go towards. It could be like a perfectionism, so. And I think the Kate Bush song deals with that, actually, in a way. There is the ideal, and there's what's really happening with her hat skew if, and she's a little bit more disordered than that ideal she wants. So I think we can, when we're in this energy, so in Two of Discs energy, or, at Christmas, a lot of it is about us wanting things to measure up to this ideal, and if we let go of that and then just enjoy the day, so I'll just center that a bit more, sorry, we can relax into it, we can enjoy it more. So let me show you the Kate Bush song choice. If you haven't seen the video, I would recommend you seeing the video for this, because I think it changes your whole view of the song, really. Right, so This is from Red Shoes, and it is Rubber Band Girl. And this is from the video itself. I don't like the last bit of the video where she's wearing the straitjacket. I really don't like that bit at all. I think, I'm sure she wouldn't record that now, but this was the 1990s, and our attitudes have changed. But the rest of it, her dancing is incredible. In this bit, she's like, I don't know if it's obvious, but they're doing like a yo-yo together, which I thought was a great image for this two discs, this juggling. And I had issues quite hard. I had to watch the video and screenshot it to get this, which is why, you know, I'd have liked a nice shiny picture of it, and this has just come out of my very old printer. But I like this image, and her dancing is incredible on it. I've stopped watching Strictly on BBC, but if Kate Bush was ever on Strictly, that would be my dream. I think she'd be amazing at it as well. She kind of does it like a ballroom dance, a little piece of one. I don't know what the dance is in midway in this video. I thought I would just also say, well, I found it really interesting what Kate Bush herself said about this song, because it's not one of my favourites. And I felt bad saying that, but then I realised that Kate Bush thought that too. So this is what she says about Rubber Band Girl, and this is what she said in an interview with the music magazine Mojo in 2011. I thought the original Rubber Band was, well, it's a fun track. I was quite happy with the original, but I just wanted to do something really different. So I think she's talking about her director's cut version here. It is my least favoured track. I considered taking it off, to be honest, because it didn't feel quite as interesting as the other tracks. But I thought at the same time, it was just a bit of fun, and it felt like a good thing to go out with. It's just a silly, really silly pop song, really. I loved Danny Thompson's bass on that, and of course, Danny's guitar. So, I thought how interesting, because in a way we have this perspective of Kate Bush as this perfectionist, as someone that has to have everything. You know, she takes ages to do her albums. She does so many takes, and you know, to get it just right. But this was her first song she released on Red Shoes. It was the first song that she'd released for a long time, because she'd had that gap, you know, since Sensual World and stuff. So you would have thought she would have really overanalyzed and chosen one of her favourite songs for that. But she seems to have chosen something that she thought would be fun. She seems to really be enjoying herself in the video. And I suppose that's confidence, isn't it? That is confidence, thinking, well, you know, I'm starting something, doesn't have to be perfect. And I suppose also knowing by this time that she'd already built a reputation, and it wasn't really going to be, you know, it wasn't make or break, that one song. And, you know, it's not my favourite on the album either, but looking at the video, I can see, you know, it's got that celebratory energy of like, I'm back and I can still dance amazingly. So it proves its point there. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you do celebrate Christmas, have a lovely week, and see you soon. Bye-bye.